Hey everyone, I'm Sam. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about all the books I'm planning to read this spring, so if it's something you're interested in, then keep on watching. Fingers crossed, in June or July, I don't remember, this year, Pierce Brown is releasing the 6th book in Red Rising saga, so I need to prepare and to remember everything that was happening before that. So I want to reread Red Rising, Golden Sun, Morning Star, Iron Gold, and Dark Age. Ambitious? Maybe. Red Rising saga takes place in the far future when people went to space to terraform other planets, mainly Mars. In this world, society is divided into different classes, determined by different colors, and we're following Darrow, who is a red, the lowest of the low. After some tragic events in his life, he decides to infiltrate the upper class and destroy the system from within. The next book I'm planning to read is The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by XEO. This book is based on Korean mythology, and it tells us the story of a girl called Mina who was sacrificed to a sea god. But once she gets to his underwater kingdom, she realizes that something is wrong, and now she basically has to save the day. Last year, it seems everyone was reading this book, and now I want to read it too, and it's called Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. It's about Sam and Sadie, who first met when they were kids, and they bonded over a video game. And now, many years later, they met again and decided to create a game of their own, which immediately becomes popular. So I'm guessing we're going to see their relationship and whether this fame and money changed anything. I'm excited. I know absolutely nothing about the next 2 books, but I really want to read them. The first one is Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. Just look at this gorgeous cover. As I said, I know nothing about it, but I heard so many great reviews, so I'm kind of okay about going into it blind. So we'll see. And the other one is Must Be Love on the Brain by Ellie Hazelwood. Last year I read her The Love Hypothesis and I loved it, so I'm hoping this is going to be as enjoyable. Probably it's another enemies to lovers situation, fake dating trope. So yeah, everything that I love, basically. The next book I'm planning to read this spring is The Buried and the Bound that I got in the January Owl Crate box. It's a story about a witch who is trying to keep the balance between the human and the fairy realms, but something happens to the boundary. It starts eroding, I think, so she needs extra help, which comes from a boy called Leo, who also needs her help to lift a curse off of him that makes him forget the love of his life. And they also meet a mysterious necromancer who is going to help them protect the land, I guess. I don't know. But it sounds like something I might really enjoy. I guess I will have to, unfortunately, move my board. The next 3 books I'm planning to read are by a Chinese author, and they're called Heaven Official's Blessing, as far as I remember. So I have book 1, book 2, and book 3. I don't really know how to describe this book correctly. So we have this prince who is so kind, so nice, and he has, the clearest, the cleanest thoughts. So he is bound to become a god after he dies, and he does go to heaven 2 times, but both these times he's sent back to Earth. I don't know why. And I think in this book we are following his 3rd ascent to heavens, and him getting tasks as a new god. I'm not sure. I will definitely tell you more as soon as I read the book, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to like it, especially because there is supposed to be some kind of a demon person who is going to interact somehow with our pure prince. So yeah, sounds like a good time. I also want to read Snow and Rose, which is a gift from a friend. This book is apparently a retelling of Snow White and Rose Red. I have never heard of this fairy tale, to be honest, but it's about 2 sisters who were, as different as night and day, and they live next to an enchanted forest, so they need to go there to break the curse somehow. Sounds very interesting. Last year, Chloe from Chloe Bunny was really recommending The Stationery Shop, so I'm planning to read it too. It's a dual timeline story set in Iran in the 50s, and the second line is set in New York, I think, nowadays. It's about Roya and Bahman who met in a little bookshop, and the blurb here says that it's similar to The Notebook, so I'm guessing something tragic is about to happen. Can't wait to find out. Up next is the second book in the Brown Sisters trilogy, which is Take a Hint, Danny Brown. I'm pretty sure this book is also about a fake relationship, which is my favorite trope, so I don't need to know anything more. The last physical book that I have here to show you is Daisy Faye and the Miracle Man by Fanny Flagg. She's one of my favorite authors. Her books always feel like a warm hug. They're very cozy, heartbreaking, but at the same time very kind and reassuring. So this particular book is her first one, as far as I remember. It's about a girl called Daisy Faye. She comes from not a very good family, and yeah, she keeps a diary where she writes everything that is happening around her, and I'm expecting it would be sad, but also funny and heartwarming. That's Daisy Faye and the Miracle Man. And 3 more books that I don't have a physical copy of, but I do have audiobooks for them. So they are Chain of Thorns by Cassandra Clare, which is the last book in the Last Hours trilogy about the kids of characters from the Infernal Devices. I'm not going to spoil you anything. There's so much drama and miscommunication happening all the time, and I really hope that everything gets resolved in this one. Sometimes it feels like it's too much, you know? Honestly, it feels like at this point I keep reading only from Agnes. Another book that I'm planning to listen is Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail. It's about Astrid Parker, obviously, and if you've read Delilah Green Doesn't Care, you would recognize her as Delilah's sister, I mean half-sister, so I cannot really tell you what this book is about because it's going to spoil the events of the first book, but it's sapphic and I can't wait to read it. And the very last book in my spring TBR is God Killer with this gorgeous cover. It is a story about Kissen who kills gods as a hobby, but one day she meets a god that she cannot kill. His name is Skediseth, I believe. He's the god of white lies, and he is accompanying a little runaway girl. These are all the books in my spring TBR. Tell me in the comments if you've planned anything for yourself. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing maybe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!